Buckle up, people. Today we're doing my favorite thing on the entire planet, hating. And as a generational hater, I ask you, who better to hate on than Gege Akutami, the glazing masterclass himself, especially after chapter 252 of Jujutsu Kaisen. And this won't be a chapter review, we're going to be talking about Gege as a mangaka throughout the series, but I will be mentioning chapter 252 at some points, so there will be manga spoilers. And before we begin, importantly, if you want to help me out with a little bit of a project, please stick around until the end of the video. Let's get to it. As always, we ask the question, who is Gege Akutami? And honestly, we don't know. He's never really revealed that, and I'm beginning to think that this is a good thing, that it is extremely planned out by him, because if people did know, if I did know, well, when I catch you, Gege. I feel like the man or woman has made more enemies than fucking famous world leaders at this point. I mean, he desecrates your favorite characters and desecrates your story sometimes. But it's not all bad. He is the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, so we must give him his flowers, because he's also— Holy fuck, extreme glazing alert! No, Gege, stop! I've never seen someone glaze so hard. For his own fucking characters, no less. I mean, I'm a glazer myself. I have a fucking mosaic of myself, made up of little tiny LeBron James. And I still think Gege glazes his antagonist harder than I glaze myself. But whatever, moving on. He's also Naoya or Kashimo in real life. Naoya because he's a misogynist. I don't really think he's a misogynist, but the treatment of his women in his series, fucking god-awful. I think it's just because they're all good guys. And he's also Kashimo, because he glazes Sukuna harder than fucking anyone. Some people say, no, Uraume glazes Sukuna harder. No, I don't want to hear it. Kashimo's never met Sukuna or experienced him before in life, and when he did, for those 2 fucking chapters, 1.5 chapters, he had breathtaking amounts of glaze. He's also obsessed with subverting expectations, and we can see that in a bunch of character deaths, particularly with Gojo, Nobara. He just wants to make a story that completely subverts the expectations of people and thinks maybe that that'll make a good story. It very much can, but it doesn't always work. And I get it. You have fans that fall in love with characters, and that's not the story that you want to tell. But the more you subvert expectations, the less the subversion actually works. That's some free advice for you, Gege. You know I went to Stanford. He also has the potential to make me a forever fan. If the writing improves post 252, if someone like, I don't fucking know, Gojo comes back after all these hints and foreshadowing, then I get it. Okay. If the story of Jujutsu Kaisen ends really well, I will sing your praises and give you your flowers, I promise you. He's also, holy fuck, extreme glazer alert! Yeah, he's still doing it. And he thinks farmers are silly and dumb, because if he didn't, then Kashimo would never exist. What has Gege done? We must ask the question. To his credit, he has created an interesting power system. It's based roughly on Nen, which is in my opinion the greatest shonen power system ever created, because negative energy is a cool idea, especially for good guys, and it's something that I really haven't seen done in a piece of work like this. It opens up a lot of possibilities for cool movesets and unique characters, and it doesn't really limit what characters' abilities are. He's also created a plethora of characters that people love, and proceeded to fuck them all. And no guys, not in a sexual way. The only one he's fucking in a sexual way is Sukuna. But before we jump into the characters, let's talk about a little blurb here. Gege says, when I wrote the sorcerers sprang into action, all I meant was that they entered the fight, but I suppose those words have a bit of a triumphant feel for them. These guys can't even fucking catch a break from a meta perspective. The narrator is saying something and Gege's like, no, fuck you guys. He's a hater and a glazer. Okay, but let's talk about the characters, and let's start with Sukuna. Holy fuck, dude. That's the wrong slide. Sukuna is a fraud. Gojo is sexy and charming and beloved and highly anticipated, and he managed to fuck all of that in chapter 236. I don't even mind Gojo losing, because from a narrative perspective, it would have been kind of lame for the final villain to have been defeated by anyone other than Yuji and like power of friendship, I guess. But the fact that Gojo was hyped so often and failed so often in life and then was off-screened in 236 is fucking ridiculous. And if he doesn't come back after all the foreshadowing about Uyui and Shoko healing him, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, Gojo's even talking about being reborn, going to the north. Next, Yuji is basically Guts from Berserk but in a shonen. And if a character is ever compared to Guts, I can safely assume that the character is not very well liked, except for the case of Guts. Yuta, he's perfect, he's cute, he's strong, but he's not like Sukuna. Inumaki personally is my favorite. He couldn't even talk to begin with, so let's prevent him from using fucking sign language. Whatever, dude. Unhealable arm. Naonami, fuck the working class. I'm the working class, you're probably the working class. Gege Jesus. I mean, even irrelevant characters like Mekamaru, he goes from body disabled to existing disabled. He fucking died after getting his one true wish. And there's even more characters. I mean, like Useless Miwa. The name fucking says it all. We don't even have to talk about her. Panda. Fuck pandas, apparently. Yeah, they're endangered. I think Panda had potential as a character until Kashimo fucking violated him. The entire Kyoto squad, fuck you, apparently. You know what I mean? Then we got people like Sukuna, who's a complete fraud, and people like Megumi. Megumi. Oh man, he loves Megumi, doesn't he? And I mean, the list goes on. The only character that I'm calling a fraud on these slides is a character who's been elevated to such glazed levels, it's unbelievable. So let's talk about it. How hard does Gege glaze? You might be asking, like a stoner's eyes, like Jogo smoking this little curse pipe? Not even close. Like a Krispy Kreme donut? No, because he prefers Sukuna's juicy ass donut holes. Like Johnny Sins, you guys are certainly very well acquainted with this guy. No, because the only sins he's committing are towards his fucking characters that he created. No guys, he glazes this hard. Sukuna-sama has yet to go all out. After the battle with Gojo Satoru, Sukuna is still manhandling these children without having broken a sweat. So, I'm going to give you some examples of the top couple of times Sukuna has held back. He held back like when he got hit by Infinite Void. He wanted to get hit by it. We've already established that. He got held back when Gojo was beating the living shit out of him. He held back when he was asking for Papa Maharaga to save him. And he even held back against Yuji when he was fucking putting his knee in his mouth and Yuta ripping his tongue out. This was all for show. He wanted a good time. And what's a better time than having your teeth kicked in and insides turned upside down and going fucking brain dead? According to Gege, nothing. Alright, so in conclusion, now that I've ranted about Chapter 252 and the ultimate glazing, what can we say about Gege? Like Kashimo, he has incredible stamina because he has been not for 1.5 chapters, but for 252 chapters, Gege has been glazing Sukuna. Wow. But I'm a dog person anyway, Gregory. We can now all conclude that. He better not fuck up the story just to subvert expectations. If Sukuna actually wins, and I get it, it can be a dark show. Why? What was the point of it all? At least, if that happens, at least make it enjoyable and make sense. However, I will say, after Chapter 252, I'm still coping, and even more so now, because Gojo fucking has to return, in my opinion, at this point. Because how are they gonna beat Sukuna, who hasn't even been going all out? After the fight with Gojo, he's got to be reborn. Come on, guys, you gotta agree with me. I will say though, he made a beloved cast. He has a fun story and mostly good writing. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, but Gege, the glaze is fucking unbelievable. I've never seen this before in my life, dude. And finally, Gege, please, take note of this. Listen. And to you guys, like and subscribe, or Sukuna will win. I promise you that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What do you think about Mr. Akutami himself? And if you stayed around until the end to this point, this is how you can help me with the next project. For one of the videos in the future, we're going to have a discussion, you and I. Please leave in the comments below any questions, comments, concerns. It can be about anything, and I will go through every single comment and reply to them in a video. It can be about anything, opinions, facts, what do I think about shows, anime, manga, anything. Just want to have a convo with you guys, and maybe get to know one another better, you know what I'm saying? So if that sounds interesting to you, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, leave a comment down below suggesting what you want to see next and talking about Gege like we said. Until then, Gojo's peacing the fuck out. Later, boys and girls.